This is No Money Mo Money. This tiny potato's been on an adventure to experience everything on the Final Fantasy XIV free trial. But after a night of betrayal and loss, there's only one path left to continue his adventures. A path that will take him This week we're gonna start off with crafting my way sort of into the Mastercraft crafting gear. That doesn't mean I'm gonna get some of the best crafting gear available in Heavensward. It means that I'm gonna sort of get the first step in the process. This is going to consist primarily of level 60 crafting gear at the very beginning of the Mastercraft recipes. So it's going to start with things here, right? They're level 60, they're technically master recipes, but they're not starred master recipes, so they're fairly simple-ish master recipes. They're still going to push my craftsmanship sort of to the very edge of what I'm capable of. There are no Mastercraft accessories early on. The very first ones you can get access to are way up here in rank 2, which is gonna push my craftsmanship and control further than is even possible, so I'm not getting into those right now. So the accessories I am going to be using, they're gonna be like 58, 59, 56 level-wise, which will be some of the best accessories I can get my hands on for the moment until I can get to the rank 2 Master Crafts of Heavensward. So this is sort of like stage 1 of getting into Mastercraft craftsman gear. And it's not terrible. There's a lot of gathering. There's a lot of hunting I need to do. That part might be terrible, trying to gather up all the leather and stuff like that I'll need. But the real kicker for this one is the adamantite ore. The adamantite ore is a timed node here in Aziz La. I need 95 adamantite ore in order to craft all these recipes. So I'm not just getting into crafting the accessories and crafting new clothing. I'm actually going to take the time to craft myself new crafter tools. I don't like crafting new tools if I don't have to, because the clothes and accessories work on all of them, where tools can only work on one of them each. But my craftsman tools have fallen so far behind at this point that I think this is a good time to go ahead and upgrade a bunch of them. And that's going to need a lot of adamantite. Like I said, I need close to 100 adamantite in order to do this, and it's on a timed node, which means that's going to take me a very long time to actually gather all of that. So let's go ahead and cut all that down for you guys. I'm going to spend the next 5 or 6 hours probably gathering adamantite, hunting, gathering all of that stuff. Waiting on the adamantite node. That one actually might end up taking me 8, 9, 10 hours just to hit the adamantite node over and over again. And we'll cut all of that down to just a few seconds here and there. And we'll get to crafting our first set of Master Craftsman gear for Heavensward. Crafting and gathering montage, go! I don't normally like showing off the third-party site that you use to help you organize things and set things up and all that in Final Fantasy XIV, but there's really no good way to visualize what I need to tell you guys without just giving you a visual. While I'm working on gathering up some supplies and crafting some things up in the background, I'll explain what I'm planning to do over the next few weeks with the help of Teamcraft here. And so we're actually going through multiple tiers of crafter gear upgrades. All at level 60, but different levels of Mastercraft gear meant to sort of level me up so that my stats go up so that I can craft the next better stuff. I've mentioned that part before. But we're going to be starting off with the first list, which if we get rid of all the actual time gathering, all that sort of stuff, I can show off here is basically just a set of primary tools for all of my crafters. I'm finally starting to upgrade the tools as well. A set of clothing for all of my crafters, and a set of accessories for my crafters. All of these are high-level Heavensward stuff that's not Mastercraft recipes, so I can craft my way into them easily enough. Most of the stuff is level 60, just not Mastercraft. But some of these accessories especially are not quite level 60, because there doesn't seem to be a set of accessories right at 60 without getting into master crafting. So most of these accessories are around like level 56, 58, somewhere around there. This is sort of the best non-master craft accessories I can get for Heavensward. And that's the list I'm working on right now, which gets me kind of ready for crafting my way into Mastercraft gear. And there we go. A whole new set of clothes and accessories, and a whole new set of tools. At base, Craftsmanship 427, Control 464. Let's put on the new stuff, shall we? Which is everything except for the secondary tool, which at base gives me 558 and 580. That already puts my control pretty high. I still need to get about 150 points in control to get some of the really later master crafts for Heavensward, but I really need to get that craftsmanship up the most. Alright, I melded up all of my clothes and accessories, just base melding, not over melding at all. I haven't really touched my tools yet, so I've got a lot of room to improve, and there's plenty of over melding I could do. But it already gets me up to 648 craftsmanship. So there's still a lot of crafting that needs to be done to really get me in to the higher Mastercraft recipes. What I need, of course, going forward is going to be these Tomes of Folklore, which are kind of like the Mastercraft books from your crafters, but for your gatherers. These will basically unlock unique items that are kind of hidden in different zones that are the very high level, very difficult to gather items, and I am going to need access to gathering a bunch of these sorts of items so that I can craft some of the highest level gear that's going to be available to me in Heavensward's Master Crafting. So that'll get me access to some of the... Yeah, like a lot of this stuff is going to be used in the 3-star and 4-star crafting for Heavensward Mastercrafts. The next list that I'm going through is where I actually start getting into the Mastercrafts, which is the 60 2-star crafter set. And this is where we start getting into the point of where we need scripts. Lots of scripts. I'm gonna need a bunch of crafting scripts in order to get like demi-materia and some crafting items. I'm also gonna need a bunch of gathering scripts, which means getting into gathering collectibles to get more items that I need to craft these. That's what I'm working on right now, is gathering up these collectibles and crafting collectibles and all that sort of stuff. Also that we can craft up all of this stuff. So what we've got on this list is all 60 2-star master crafting recipes from Heavensward. And what this list gives us is a full set of new tools, primaries and secondaries for all of my crafters, a full set of new clothing, the carbon weave set, a full set of new accessories, the astral birch stuff here. And this will get us to sort of the mid-tier end-game Heavensward crafting stuff that should get us where we need to be, hopefully, depending on melds and stats and things of that sort, to get into the final set of crafter's gear. Alright, and there we go. A whole new set of primaries, whole new set of secondaries, and a whole new set of clothing and accessories. All of this stuff is all 62 star. There's my new clothes. And technically my new accessories as well. Not a terrible look. I would definitely want to dye it, but seeing as this is more of a mid-tier that's just meant to get me to the next tier of crafting stuff, I probably won't mess around with it too much. Although that eyepiece, does that? Yes, it does. Oh, that's goofy looking. I like it. App base, unmelded, 767, craftsmanship, 697, control. The next set of recipes that I'm going to need to craft need 870 and 835. There's definitely more work that needs to be done here. But this is enough for now. Hopefully next week I will be able to get myself the best crafting set in Heavensward and then get started making some of like the best craftable combat gear. Anyway, that's pretty much an entire week's worth of grinding every single day to get all this stuff ready, so I think I'm done. Stream later today. I will see you guys there. I pulled out my gun. I love that. And I am going to go and become a detective, I guess. I'm gonna go become a potato of Enquiry. I've heard of a man named Hildibrand. Yep. Yes, I have. Now, she was erstwhile assistant, has since become an inspector in her own right. That's a terrifying thought. She'd like to visit his grave in the Lich Yard when she's frustrated. Cool. Off to the Lich Yard to see the definitely dead Hildibrand. Nashu, Agent of Enquiries, Extraordinary Inspector. She can't get it quite right. Not quite as easy as he made it look. He's no better at it than you are. A great man, a really Urzian hero. Sure he was. The case of the century, he called it. That stopped the Red Moon from destroying the world. Oh my god. Flew into the sky and all I could do was watch. Yeah, he totally willingly flew into the sky, I'm sure. Didn't accidentally just launch himself. I never even played through the 1.0 Hildibrand stuff, and I can already tell you he did not choose to fly through the sky. That boy accidentally launched himself, guaranteed. Then he came back down. Yep, came back down hard. Must be a leader, a head zombie who tells the rest what to do. All we need to do is kill him. They live and we hunger. The gentle dead men. A gentleman does not dine upon his guests. Such an idiot. Spare this fine gentleman and fair lady your mastications. Withdraw and harass them no more. Up in the sky, look, it's a bird. No, it's an airship. No, it's the inspector. You're such a dork. Oh my god. Hear and obey. Splat. Just flops on his ass. Who is this Hildibrand of whom you speak? My name is Zombibrand, devourer of brains. Undead overlord extraordinaire. Wonder if he's actually eaten any brains. He probably has. Time to wake him up, Nashu. I'll knock some sense back into that noggin of yours. Yeah. Alright, Nashu. She knows exactly what she does. Concussive force of this blast is more like the liquefy mind. Oop! Crashing the ground made you forget that an explosion of equal force ought to make you remember. I'll save you or kill you trying. Ah, Dashu. Always the helpful assistant, sort of. Right into the ground again. Applaud your ingenuity, Dashu. I would prefer you found a more elegant solution. Nope. He remembers. Oh god. Blast his brains back into place, what little of them there are. Hildibrand, Agent of Enquiry, Spudspector Extraordinaire, have awoken at last. Faint tingling sensation in my arm, the ringing in my ears, dizziness. Could it be a case? No, that would be concussion. If we're gonna become a potato of Enquiry, then we're gonna do this the right way. Ah, there we go. A much better fit. For the potato of Enquiry! And my gun, of course. Can't be a potato of Enquiry without a gun. Oh, that zombie problem, eh? So do tell, just why were they dressing up like dandies? Wyman, hey Wyman! That would be why. Almighty bugger me with a bleeding spear. The dead are prison and they're walking the streets of Ulda. Uh-huh. Reports of my death were greatly exaggerated. Not greatly. Reports of your death were slightly exaggerated. Recent rash of weapon thefts. Nope. Carried out by a single individual, you imbecile. Culprit is a duelist. He only claims the victim's weapons after defeating them in single combat. I'm a reporter for the Mithril Eye. Yup. Name's Elliot. I've been investigating these incidents for weeks. I'd like to be one of the duelist victims. I'll introduce you. May this mark the beginning of a long and beautiful friendship. Sure, pal. Yeah, very good. The name of the man is... There they go, not even listening. Where the bloody hell do you think you're going? I haven't told you anything yet. Hey there, young sir. I've told you a victim of the marauding duelist. Victim amusing. You amuse me. Go but where he thought to find a whelp. Yeah. Found a warrior of light instead. I defended my honor and my blade. See for yourself. Yep, sure. That man's no warrior of light. Tell them how he lost and surrendered his sword that was not his own. Scoundrel, just that bastard with me father's blade bid him take it to a smithy for restoration. He even gave him a gil to pay for it. Then he comes crawling back sniveling and begging forgiveness for losing it in a duel. As if that didn't set things right. Look at me, you bleeding heart son. Look at me flowing golden locks are no more. Come bald from the stress and heartbreak. No knowledge of an ancient sword, at least not one I can guarantee to be authentic. Or as I determined to be of dubious origin, I immediately discarded the spring east of Camp Drybone. Though I have no swords for sale at present, I may have disposed of a facsimile similar in design to the one you described. Recovered from my accumulated injuries, now be prudent to immerse my body in water. First coating it in a liberal application of salamander oil. You can assist me by pouring the oil all over my body. Quickly now, before it dries, knead the oil into my aching flesh. Ew! The pain multiplies manifold. Gently now, gently. Double ew. As my muscles slacken and soften, the warmth spreads and the pain becomes pleasure. Triple ew. Keep doing that. Just like that. Once more, feel like quadruple freaking ew. Never before have I received such splendid ministrations. Now then, into the spring. Something caused you to, yep, tripped over a sword. Instincts have guided us to our quarry. Had you searched that section of the spring, was a stroke of... Battery held to conduct investigations of those clothes. I'll go to the little dot and fetch you some new ones. And there, purchase a few bottles of hair tonic for Eleazar as well. The newest, most potent blend you can find. I return to you your father's ancient blade. Not even close. Really? Is her every chip and scratch just so I remember? Gentleman recognizes the good in every soul. None deserve to be forsaken. Oh god. True gentleman, though your garments beg to differ. Yeah, don't worry, now she's on her way. Brought you change of clothing. I also brought a supply of tonic from the peddler I met in Pearl Lane. Can you bring me that case? Uh-huh. Hair tonic. Huh? Wait. Card. Yeah. Right in the head. Appears to be something lodged in my forehead. Could it be a missive from an adoring admirer? Author neglected to pen her name. I've come to claim the collector's blade. Is that supposed to be flattering? It's supposed to be intimidating. The duelist wrote this. He's daring you to stop him. And then Hildi. Everyone else is like worried, and Hildi's like, ooh, this sounds fun. At last, the curtain rises. I have to duel the duelist. I must dress for the occasion. I love that that dude is back there just slathering the hair tonic on in like gallons. Card steps sound always. Yeah. Oh. Uh-huh. Yup, sure, pal. Oh my god, Hildi is so bad. Hildibrand, agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, accept your challenge. No light in that corner, yet it has the power of the sun. Yeah. So bold, so majestic, just like a warrior of light. A gentleman of light. No, a gentleman of light. Oh god. He is exceptionally something. Ellie's great. Expect Hildibrand look amazing. Oh god, so bad. Best quest line ever. Yep. Best quest line ever. Look at his flowing golden locks. Ah, gentleman hero Hildibrand. Challenge accepted, my worthy opponent. Shall not claim the blade. What's she doing with weapons, not wits? This bridge hardly seems appropriate for such a battle. Yep, battle on the big bridge. I know that spear, that's what I found buried with the pumpkin. Pumpkin sort of remind me of, no, it's gone, never mind. Oh my god, Dashu. But there's probably enough to cut together for an episode of just one chapter of Hildibrand that's hilarious enough. And I've got a lot of crafting to get through to get ready for the other Heavensward stuff. So making a few episodes out of Hildibrand might be fun as sort of, oh god. That would legitimately be a filler arc, wouldn't it? Like, yeah, I guess that's what I'm doing. I'm creating a filler arc while I get my gear ready for Post-Heavensward.